Okay guys, I started the recording for our discussion on this. Para sa mga gusto ng shorter version neto ng discussion ng theories, there is a video lecture wherein I think I was able to finish this one in less than 20 minutes. Pero the video is 1 hour long because it includes problem solving. Without further ado, let's start. Accounting for leases, your Unit 4 IFRS 16. It's me again, your Sir Kevin O. Ito po yun. The discussion may be divided into 3. And we are taking up the first one. That is your lease accounting, lessee accounting, and general concepts. Ano ba ang lease? We will answer that question and many more. So ayun na nga, umpisahan natin. What is a lease? It is a contract outlining the term under which one party agrees to rent property owned by another party. Stop there. Lease is a rent contract. Sir, why did you not word it simply? Because that is the definition under PFRS 16. Under online forums as well, under Investopedia, under IAS Plus, you can find this definition. Pero what is a lease? It is a contract of rent. It grants the lessee, also known as the tenant, the use of an asset, and the lessor, the property owner, or landlord, regular payments for a specified period in exchange. Nag-board ka na pag-eskwela? Did you know that you once entered a contract of lease if you had that? Although waray kasuratan, verbal agreement is actually enough to form a contract of lease. Because basic components of the obligations of lessor and lessee are already stated in our governance, sa batas natin. So kung nag-agree ka lang na magre-renta ka, you are already in a contract of lease and you have all the rights provided in law of a lessee. And the lessor as well will have all the rights provided in our law of that, the rights of a lessor. Pero sige po, let's not make this too long. Lessee, annaokoy, ha property ni lessor. Hi lessee, mabayad of course kan lessor. That is our problem here. And the parties to this agreement are two faces. And you know you are accounting for one of them. So there will be at least two parts to the discussion in leases. Unit 4 will focus on the lessee. Unit 5 will focus on the lessor. Lessor landlord, lessee tenant. Sir, bakit lessor lessee? It's derived from the word lease. Ano ba? I think you have already encountered the words obligor, obligee, obligee. Tama ba? Mentor, mentee, lessor, lessee. Sir, ano man kung napalit? Buyer? Buyee? Kung nagbabaligya, sir. Seller? Okay, next. Let's focus on what's important for Unit 4, and that is lease accounting for lessee. Natanong ko to kanina and it was answered correctly. Generally, lease will be classified. A lease may be accounted for under two models. Pero generally, in our current standard, it says all leases shall be accounted for at finance lease. Ano to? Fair value accounting yan, finance lease. Pero hindi po fair value na maghahanap ka ng fair value at year-end, ha? It's only fair value in a sense that you are accounting for all of your payments at present value. So I would rather rephrase that one and say, pag nagli-lease ka po, lahat halos naka-present value. Expert ka na present value? I would like to think so. Pero if you are not yet an expert in present value, maybe there are a few tips that I can share with you. I'm quite sure some of your other teachers have already shared it, pero kung hindi mo pa na-grasp, we'll do it again. And maybe this time around, makuha mo na siya. Generally, lease will be accounted for under finance lease. Pero sabi pa kanina ni Renier, if the lease is low value or short term, it may be accounted for under operating lease. Pero the key word here is ito siya. Opt. What do you mean to opt? What does it mean? It is to pick one as an option. Option from the root word opt. Kapag daw ang isang lease ay low value or short term, pwede. As in pwede. Alternatively, pwede natin gamitin ang operating lease. Pero I will have you know this one, na kahit po short term or low value ang lease, it can still be accounted under finance lease. Because the clause for operating lease is a mere option. Hindi po siya mandatory na kapag low value at short term, diretso operating lease kagad. It's just an option. Kung mag-qualify siya under the two categories, pwede ka gumamit ng operating, pero generally, all leases are finance lease. I know you do not understand yet finance lease if you did not watch the video at all, pero kung nanood ka, keep quiet ka lang muna. I will explain the leases under finance lease later. And of course, more about it sa problem solving. Because if I would make a ratio of the kind of questions that appears in your exams, sa board exam man o sa mga hindi sa quali nag-appear to, sa retention and in your compre, it has a 90:10 chances of appearing in an exam. 90%, the question is about finance lease, and only a 10% chance that the question is about operating lease. So mas bibigyan natin ng pansin at mas pagpupukusan po natin ang finance lease kesa sa operating lease. Pero what I showed you earlier before the recording started, it was an operating lease. And as you can observe, it is rather easy. Ang gusto po kasi ng mga examiner nyo sa board exam ay pahirapan kayo, kaya ang binibigay nila sa inyo ay yung mga mahihirap na topic. Pero guys, kidding aside, because this one is more popular in our current commercial setup, kaya po, yan ang palaging tinatanong. Because what is more applied in actual practice should be taught in school. And asked in your tests as well. We all know that's a scam. But anyway, padayon. Sige, lease accounting. Let's start with operating lease. Maybe we will also cover a little bit on the lesser side kasi madaling-madali lang si operating lease. It only has a few items that need your attention. Operating lease. The lease is accounted for in the same manner as ordinary rent, as you would an ordinary rent. Na kapag due na po ang renta, magbabayad ka and you will debit rent expense, you will credit cash. Magbayad ka ng renta in advance, that is a deposit. So debit prepaid rent, credit cash. Hindi ka nagbayad ng renta, naging due. Debit rent expense, credit rent payable. Parang ganun ba? 'Di ba? Kung lessee ka. Pero kung sa lessor side ka, I think you can imagine the entries already. 'Di ba? Sa lessor side, ikaw yung may-ari ng building, hindi nagbayad yung tenant mo. Ano 'yon? Debit, rent receivable, credit, rent income. You know the gist of it. I know you can figure it out. Okay, the lessee will record lease payments as rent expense proportionately throughout the lease term. I would like to highlight this word, proportionately. It actually means so much more than what you see there. What does it mean proportionately? I will not explain, but I will in problem solving later. Proportionately. Rent expense is proportionately recognized throughout the lease term. Padayon. Sir, yun lang yung operating lease. Oh, sige. I did not include in the items. So you might as well take this down and commit this to your notes. Executory costs are outright expense using the account title most appropriate to the nature of the expense. Nagpa-repair ka, repairs expense. Nagbayad ka ng tax, tax and licenses expense. Nag-hire ka ng CQ o edi, ano yung expense na yon? I think that includes, hindi, I think that is not your responsibility anymore. Ano pa? Kuryente, utilities, other things. Nagbayad ka ng tax for the land. Yun na yun, executory cost. Any expense na may incur mo because you are using the property, executory cost yan. And that is outright expense. That's the first item for operating lease. Second item na palaging tinatanong, it is security deposit. Know that security deposit is not an expense yet on the lessee side kasi that applies to the last year of the rent. Dun pa yan may expense because it represents last month rent or last year's rent. Depende kung monthly or annually yung pagbayad. And normally, security deposit is non-refundable. Pero if in case maging refundable siya, tapos i-refund in the end, edi ka-cancel mo lang yung prepaid rent. Debit, cash, credit, prepaid rent. It's as easy as that. Normally, na-expense to. Kasi if you ever experience na mag-boarding house, ang ginagawa ng mga modus ng mga batang ito ay hindi na sila nagbabayad ng last month kasi nagbayad naman daw sila ng 2 months advance, 1 month deposit. So, kung terminal months na nila, hindi na lang nila binabayaran yung renta kasi meron naman daw sila deposit. Yun po ang security deposit. And there's one more. So ano na? Tatlo na. First, you have executory cost. Second, you have security deposit. And the third one is lease bonus. Lease bonus. If you can explain this one, I will happily allow you to explain. Kung sino man ang may gusto, just raise a hand and I will give you the opportunity to take a few points. Lease bonus. Again ha, anytime. When we progress through this discussion, pero kung walang nagre-raise ng hand, I will continue with the discussion. Tandaan mo to. Pag may lease bonus na binayaran si lessee to shoulder some of the responsibilities of the lessor, that lease bonus will be expensed proportionately throughout the lease term. Sir, ano yung lease bonus? Halimbawa, si lessor, ang agreement nyo, before ka mag-occupy ng building, kailangan bayad muna yung taxes and all other encumbrances on the building. Magre-renta ka ng building. Si lessor nag-promise sa'yo na babayaran ko lahat ng yan para sa initiation ng lease natin, malinis ang papel. Wala kang babayaran. Pero nung nag-umpisa na yung lease, ang nangyari po hindi nabayaran ni lessor yung mga pre-promise niya na babayaran. So anong ginawa ni lessee kasi ang property na to mafo-foreclose because it is, sabihin na lang natin, merong mga babayarin na hindi na settle. Si lessee ang nagbayad. They were payables of the lessor pero shinolder ni lessee. That can be classified as a lease bonus. At itong lease bonus na to, guys, this is expensed all throughout the lease term. I-divide mo po na para siyang depreciation. You will encounter that one later, so be ready to try and answer it. I think that's all for operating lease. Punta tayo sa finance lease. Sige, finance lease, finance lease. Sir, anong pinagkaibahin operating lease? Yung operating lease, ito yung parang simple rent lang, pero yung finance lease, it is a little bit intricate. IFRS 16. IFRS 16 requires that when a lessee enters into a finance lease, it must record an asset and a liability for future lease payments. I don't know if you were able to absorb that one. Pero ade, in simple words, kapag mag-enter ka into a lease, magkakaroon ka ng additional asset, magkakaroon ka ng additional liability. And your entry in entering into that lease will look somewhat like this. Kalma, kalma. Bangin nagpapanik ka na yan. Sir, ano ito? Di rin man ako familiar. Relax. Relax, relax, relax. Darating tayo dyan. Okay? I will explain what all the fuss is all about with this right of use asset. And I will also explain what this is all about, lease liability, in due time. Just wait for me. Also, I'll have you know that sometimes when you enter into a lease, there will be what we call initial direct costs. And you will be made to pay them sometimes. They are necessary costs in entering into the lease. Don't worry, you don't need to second guess what an initial direct cost is because it is normally labeled as initial direct cost. And ikaw magbabayad nito, kaya po may credit ka sa cash. Pero that's not really important right now kasi the base understanding mo dapat kung magsa-study ka po ng leases is that when you enter, as a lessee ha, when you enter into a lease, ito ang meron ka. You will debit right of use asset and you will credit lease liability. Short explanation. Lease liability is equal to the present value of all lease payments throughout the lease term. So kung ang agreement nyo ay 500,000 per year for 5 years, you will express as a present value yung 500,000 na yan annually. At yun na po ang magiging lease liability mo. And as you can observe, based on the structure of this entry, yung lease liability, ang amount niya ay i-debit natin to a right of use asset. Sir, magre-renta lang tayo. Ba't ba ni-record natin yung asset na atin? Ano ba yan, sir? Can you imagine that? Magre-renta ka lang pero in your books, you record an asset. I'll give you now a chance. Can you maybe inquire into your thoughts? What do you understand when you read the phrase right of use asset? Ano ba yung sinasabi ng intellect mo pag nababasa mo yan? Right of use asset. Karapatang gumamit. Meron akong ari-arian dahil meron akong karapatang gumamit. Ano ba yun? Pwede ba maging asset ang karapatang gumamit ng property? I'm looking for one word. I don't know if you can give it to me. Ayun na nga, nabigay na. Thank you, Christine Rose. Right of use asset pertains to usufructuary. And because of a revision in our conceptual framework, which redefines what an asset is, it focuses now that asset can be anything that you control. So kung pinarentahan sa iyo yung building, pwede mo gawin kahit ano ang gusto mong gawin sa building. You control the building, right? Under our conceptual framework, control of that asset may be recorded as an asset. Take note, hindi natin pag-aari yung asset kasi nirentahan lang natin. We only have what we call usufructuary. You get the point for that, Christine. Okay? So, short answer, why do we record an asset? Because it represents usufructuary. Very nice. Okay, sir. So, debit ko yung usufructuary. Credit ko magkano yung present value ng lease payments ko. Tama ba, sir? Yes. And you will also credit if you were made to pay initial direct costs. Like for example, para maisulat yung kontrata ng lease, meron kang mga binayaran like pinareview mo sa lawyer yung lease contract para sigurado yung terms ay kung ano man ang gusto mong mangyari, yun yung naisulat. Before you started with the lease, you needed to pay some squatters to vacate the area. Kasi hindi mo magagamit yung buong building kung merong nag-squat around it. Like, let's just say, that can be initial direct cost. Okay? Padayon. Lease liability. Nasabi ko na kung ano man ang kung ano man ang ibig sabihin ng isang lease liability, pero I'll repeat it one more time. It represents the present value of lease payments which are payable over the lease term. Lahat ng babayaran mo ay present value mo. Yan ang lease liability. And then, it uses implicit rate. Ano yung implicit rate? That is effective rate. Implicit, meaning inherent, meaning nasa loob niya na, meaning it is what is intrinsic to this kind of arrangement. That term implicit rate, guys, if you are not familiar with it, I hope you can understand it. Just replace it with effective rate. Okay? Implicit rate. Or, merong or. Dalawa po ang pwedeng rate na gamitin dito. Incremental borrowing rate. Implicit rate or incremental borrowing rate. Pero, you will only use incremental borrowing rate if the prior cannot be determined. Okay? In short, si incremental borrowing rate, panakipbutas mo lang yan. Kasi meron kang jowa na si implicit rate. Kapag absent si jowa, pwede mong gamitin si incremental borrowing rate kasi naboboard ka. Basta amoy itong era relationship, ha? Implicit rate is always your favorite. Pag bigay silang dalawa, itsapuera mo na kagad si incremental borrowing rate. Pero pag absent si implicit rate, siguro nang bababae, gamitin mo si incremental borrowing rate. Dun lang pwede gamitin si incremental borrowing rate. Okay. Let's go to the nitty-gritty. Lease liability. Ano ba ang components natin for lease liability? It is as follows. Present value of lease payments. Present value of any offered option to purchase. And the present value of any guaranteed residual value. Yan ang components ng lease liab natin. Is this important? Excuse me for a moment. I will just answer a very important question. Lease liability. Kung malilimutin ka, tandaan mo lang. LOG. LOG. Present value of lease payments, option to purchase, and guaranteed residual value. So tatlo ang components ng lease liab. Sir, tama ba? Tatlo, sir? Possible 3. Pero all lease liabilities will only have 2 of the 3. Hindi po pwedeng present ito silang lahat. Okay? Hindi ka pwedeng mag-record ng lease liability tapos present silang lahat. Pero, this one is always a component of lease liability. Ito silang dalawa, they are conflicting components of lease liability. And I will tell you that story later. Pero again option to purchase or guaranteed residual value. Hindi pwedeng magsama silang dalawa. Hindi sila meant to be. Palagi kang or. Because there are two situations in a lease. Either the asset will go back to the lessor or it will be transferred to the lessee. And the two of them represents opposing ideas. Opposing situations, I mean. Pero again, for the sake of covering all components that can possibly be part of lease liability, it's LOG. But just know that there is a caveat down there. Okay? Na hindi po tatlo ang component, dalawa lang. Padayon. What is option to purchase? So let me explain. Option to purchase, I think you have heard of rent to buy. Diba? It is somewhat similar to that. Pero, This rent-to-buy clause, kailangan po mag-agree si lessee. Sabihin natin merong mga bahay na pinaparentahan tapos there is an option for you to opt na mag-rent to buy ka. Either gusto mo normal rent lang tapos meron another one, rent to buy. That rent to buy already has an option to purchase embedded. And if you opt to do that, meron ka pong premium na babayaran. Natural, mas mataas ang babayaran mo kaysa sa ordinary rent. Di ba? And when it comes to, by the way guys, rent to own is just a type of selling an asset. It's not really the same as option to purchase because this one, although similar in effect, is different in arrangement. Option to purchase is a sum of money paid at the end of the lease term. Lessee, sabihin natin na naka-occupy ka sa bahay ni lessor. For 10 years ang contract nyo. Kung may option to buy si lessor tapos hiyang na hiyang ka na sa bahay na yan, ayaw mo nang lumipat, ang gusto mo na lang dyan ka na lang matira hanggang sa pumalangit ka, no? So ang ginawa mo po ay pinuntahan mo si lessor, sinabi mo, lessor, I will avail of the option to buy. Natapos ang 10 years. After 10 years, may babayaran ka kay lessor. It's a sum of money that is already written in your contract of lease. So sa umpisa pa lang, ino-offer na yan. Sa umpisa pa lang, you will already have to decide whether you are going to exercise it or not. Because kapag may option to buy, the intent of the lessor is to dispose of the asset. Gusto niyang ibenta sa'yo. Pero since selling it will not be favorable on his financials kasi mataas yung tax na babayaran niya, pinarentahan na lang. Kasi at least staggered yung pag-income, no? And also, para sa'yo naman, manghihinayang ka kung ang lahat ng binayad mo, expense lang lahat. At least kung i-exercise mo ang option, magiging sa'yo yung property. Diba? I think this one is a wise decision, but not all situations. The option will be part of lease liability if the lessee will exercise it with reasonable certainty. Okay. The key word here is reasonable certainty or reasonably certain. Sige guys. On a scale of 1% to 100%, how certain is reasonably certain? Can you type in chat on a scale of 1% to 100%? How certain do you think is reasonably certain? Okay, all of those who are direct messaging me, your answers are reasonable. Because reasonably certain is not defined in terms of percentage sa standard natin. Pero what I know, there is another term, virtually certain. Kapag virtually certain, it's 100%. Kapag reasonably certain, it is close to 100% but not 100%. So it could be 99, it could be 90. It could even be 75%. Pero as to our PFRS 16, it doesn't state what reasonably certain is. Because, hindi naman talaga masisigurado ni lessee kung i-exercise niya yan. Baka in the 10 years, magkaroon siya ng change of mind. It is not absolute, but there is chance of certainty. Yes, Dominic, that is an accurate description. Pero I'll have you know that possible is 50%. Probable is anywhere above 50%, but below 100%. Likely is below 50%. Unlikely is, I don't know, maybe it's 20 or less than %. Remote is less than 1%. Pero these are just estimations based on my understanding and based on years of answering terminologies, problems with these terminologies na wala namang walang quantifiable sure na value. So yun po. Don't quote me on those percentages because I myself am not sure. Remote, diri po sir, less than 10%. I think 10% is too generous already because 10% is 1 out of 10. Remote is almost impossible. I don't know. Sabi ko pa nga rin here, I'm not sure. Pero sige, pag reasonably certain, it's almost 100% ha, pero hindi 100%. If that is the case, the leased asset will be transferred to the lessee. Pero ha, kapag reasonably certain na guys, ang presumption po natin, ang asset magiging kay lessee. Hala sir, akala ko renta lang. Oo nga, akala mo renta lang. Kaya po sineperate yung finance lease sa operating lease because in finance lease, commonly, merong chance si lessee na mapasa kanya talaga yung asset. Na kahit nagre-renta lang siya, it is possible that at the end of the lease, siya yung maging owner ng asset. And this could be an example. There is option to purchase. Okay? Option lang naman. It's up to you, lessee, kung gusto mo bilhin. For now, nagre-renta ka lang. Pero you still have the chance to become the owner of the property. Punta tayo sa next. Guaranteed residual value. What is a guarantee on residual value? O sige, napapagod na ako magsalita. Sino gusto ng points? Taas kamay. Can you elaborate further what that one means? Go ahead, Mary Ivy. Nauna si Ivy mag-raise ng hand.
Oh, sir, okay lang kung may iba na waray pa nagyakan heralanay po. And may kung may dahat sunod da akon sir na nag-raise.
Ali Dominic, go ahead. Ivy gives way. Dominic, please.
Hi, sir.
Hello, Dominic.
Yung guaranteed residual value, sir, it is the opposite of the option to purchase. I mean, if bawal din sila mag-exist in the same problem. Pag may guaranteed residual value, walang option to purchase. Pag may option to purchase, walang guaranteed residual value. Yung guaranteed residual value is like yung let's say yung asset hindi bibilhin ni lessee, hindi babalik na to kay lessor. And in this naman na guaranteed residual value, you will remove any excrementals you have na nilagay mo doon, you will return that asset in its original state. Yan po yung pagkaka-understand ko, sir, ng guaranteed residual value.
Okay. Very well defined. Thank you for that answer, Dominic. O sige. Let me ask right now. Kung si lessor kung si lessee nag-agree to a guaranteed residual value, is there a quantifiable liability na nakaakibat for the guarantee? Can somebody answer? Sabi ni Renier, yes. Can you elaborate, Renier, please?
Hello, sir. Bali, sir, kung may guaranteed residual value, we are gonna get the present value, sir, of that amount. Kasi nga, nag-guarantee yung lessee na upon termination of lease or after the contract of rent, the asset will have this, I think, fair value amount.
Fair value, yes.
Yeah, fair value na, ginaranti mo kay lessor. Pero kung beyond mag-below pa dyan, it's a loss on lessee's part. So there is a liability, sir, present value of that amount.
Okay.
Which is, yes, sir.
Sige, Renier, that should be enough. O sige, guys. Guaranteed residual value, guys, it is an amount agreed by the lessee to the lessor. na at the end, sabi pa kanina ni Renier, at the end of the lease term, kailangan maibalik mo ang asset to the lessor na meron siyang fair value equal or greater than that guarantee. At kapag ang asset, bumaba ang fair value niya sa guarantee mo, magkakaroon ka po ng loss. Sabi ni Renier, that's true. Because you will be made to answer the discrepancy between the guaranteed amount and the current fair value. I-minus mo yan silang dalawa, babayaran mo yan in cash or in some other way to the lessor. It is really a liability. And inherently, it is not a liability to pay something, but rather, guaranteed residual value, tandaan mo to ha, guaranteed residual value is the liability to return the asset on a certain good condition. Kaya po meron si lessee responsibility in maintaining the asset because liable siya na isauli yung asset. Naghahalo ng lugudan waray ano. Liable siya na isauli yung asset with a specific condition. This is because the asset eventually reverts to the lessor. Kaya nga gusto ng lessor i-preserve mo kasi baka siguro gusto pa niya gamitin afterwards. Di ba? And if the lessee is unable to properly maintain the leased asset, in that the fair value falls below, less than, the guaranteed amount, well, sabi ko pa kanina, the lessee will be liable to the lessor for the discrepancy. So, kapag may guaranteed residual value, iingatan ni lessee yung asset. Sabihin natin motor yung nilease. Pagkatapos, yun, pinaipit sa pison yung motor. May guaranteed residual value pa. Ano ka ngayon? Aside from you will be liable for the lease, you will also be liable for loss of the thing. Hindi na ako magpupunta sa law. Dito na lang tayo focus sa lease. Kung ano pa naman ang pwedeng i-claim ni lessor kay lessee, nasa law na yon. Pero dito sa lease, you will be liable for the guarantee. Anyway, maybe more of that when we encounter it in problems. So right now, here are a few notes for you to remember. The presence of a reasonably certain option to purchase implies that the asset will be transferred to the lessee. On the other hand, the presence of a guaranteed residual value implies that the asset will be returned to the lessor or it will revert to the lessor. Dalawa lang ang pwede puntahan ni asset. Either pupunta siya sa bagong owner, si lessee, or babalik siya sa dating owner. So property, sino ang pipiliin mo? Actually, hindi si property ang mamimili. Ang mamimili ay si lessee. No. Lessee or lessor, actually. By way of presumption, the two items cannot exist in one problem. Kanina ko pa sinasabi to, and I will sustain this one. Kasi po, ito silang dalawa ay hindi compatible, hindi sila pwede magsama. Okay? Okay. Lease liability. Do you have a question about lease liability? More of it in problem solving, of course, when we get to problem solving. Pero sige, let me do a rapid fire on right of use asset. Ano yung right of use asset ulit? It is the usufructuary, di ba? It is equal, actually, to the amount of lease liability plus any initial direct cost. That's the description in our, that's the definition in our standard. Pero somewhere along the provisions in that standard, it also managed to include the following components. Firstly, initial direct cost as mentioned in our standard. Second, restoration cost. Pero there are a few rumors that standard makers are now trying to eliminate this one. The responsibility to restore the asset to its original condition. Pero those are just rumors for now because there are no revisions to the standard yet. So kung merong restoration cost, isama mo yan sa right of use asset natin. Also lastly, component ng right of use asset kasama si lease liability. Okay? Kapag sinabing right of use asset, IRL. Kapag sinabing lease liab, LOG. Do not mix them up. IRL. Also take note, when you are solving lessee problem, always step 1, compute lease liab. Unahin mo yan palagi kasi po kung itanong sa iyo ang ROA, right of use asset, you will still need to compute lease liab because it is a component of ROA. Lease liab first before ROA. We will also break down the steps on computing lease liab later. Pero for now, know that it is your first goal to get the amount of lease liab because you will use that in computing right of use asset. You will use the right of use asset in computing depreciation. You will use the lease liab in computing interest expense and many more things that will be asked of you in problem solving. It is in finance lease, lessee, lease liab is the backbone knowledge na dapat meron ka. Hindi mo pwede makompute ng mali ang lease liab. Kasi pag magkamali ka sa lease liab, I am certain everything else na posible itanong sa'yo, maaaring mali din. It will cascade. Sabi pa nga, kung ano man ang sinimulan ng pagkakamali, ay palaging natatapos sa pagkakamali. I don't know where I read that. But anyway, the right of use asset will also be subject to depreciation. I already mentioned ganina na i-depreciate siya, pero paano ang depreciation? It will use one of two things. Lease term or useful life. But here are the clear-cut rules. If ownership of the leased asset will be transferred to the lessee on the expiration of the lease term, the asset will be depreciated using its useful life. So sir, okay. So kung may purchase option, ma-transfer ka ng lessee, sir? Oo. Useful life. The ROA will be depreciated using useful life. Second, if ownership of the leased asset is retained by the lessor, meaning after the lease term, iuuli ni lessee kan lessor an asset, the lessee will depreciate ROA based on shorter of useful life and lease term. Kung alin ang mas maiksi sa dalawa, yun ang gagamitin mo. Useful life or lease term. Normally, nangyayari ito kung may purchase option. Normally, nangyayari ang second kung may guaranteed residual value. Or just residual value. It is an indication na isasauli mo yan kay lessor. Sir, how about there is a problem? Walang purchase option. Tapos wala ding guaranteed residual value. Ano titingnan ko? In problem solving, I will give you more tips on this. Pero again the purchase option and the guaranteed residual value is not the primary thing that you will look for. What you will look for is where the ownership of the asset will end up. Because these two, PO and GRV, they are just indications as to where the ownership of the asset will end up. Ownership, kapag may PO, it will be the lessee. Ownership, kapag may GRV, it will be the lessor. I hope you get what I am trying to say here. Especially yung hindi nanood ng video kasi, guys, you have 2 days free. Sinabi yung 2 days free, so nag-free day ka din. Namasyal ka. Nag-Valentine's ka. Late Valentine's. But anyway, I can't really blame you. Sino ba naman yung gaganahan mag-study on their own volition, no? If you had the freedom to do something, maybe you will do the thing that you enjoy the most. And I am quite sure that's not studying. Pero sige po, padayon kita. Well, actually, we're almost at the end of this discussion. Konting-konti na lang. Initial direct cost. Ano si initial direct cost? They are necessary payments related to the lease contract. Na kapag hindi natin nabayaran ang mga to, without which the lease could not have been agreed to. Okay? Kung waray ka tumugot na i-shoulder ang pagpintar, for example, diri hilesor na tugot nga irentahay mo. Kung waray ka tumugot nga bayaran ini, bangin diri ka parentahon dida. Okay? Those are initial direct costs. So they are included to ROA? Yes. Because normally they are of a nature nakaka-improve sa asset. Ang initial direct cost normally nakaka-improve sa condition ng asset. Either physically or its ownership title. Pero sometimes, initial direct cost will be paired with other factors. Maybe may lease incentives na kaakibat. Or also, baka may lease bonus. Ano-ano ang mga to? Basahin mo na lang ang description. Lease incentive, lessor reimburse or assumes the cost of the lessee. Kan lessee liability pero hi lessor ang nagbayad. Lease bonus, nasabi ko kanina. Kan lessor liability pero hi lessee ang nagbayad. So ano to sila? Opposite. But when you are computing ROA, itong tatlong to, meron po silang impact. As follows. Initial direct cost minus lease incentive plus lease bonus. Take note, ito, ikaw ang nagbayad. So that's additional cost to you. Itong lease bonus, ikaw din ang nagbayad. Kaya that is additional cost to you. Pero, lease incentive, liability mo, hindi ikaw ang nagbayad. Minus yan sa asset mo because it is a portion of the value of the asset you did not pay for. At least in an abstract manner. It's not really value of the asset, pero cost of the asset that you did not pay for. Okay? I hope you got that one because that ends my PowerPoint presentation. Do we still have time? Yes, we do. So at least I would like to finish operating lease. But before that, go ahead, Ivy. Do you have a question?
Sir, ang point of view po inihiya na kanan formula kan lessee po.
Yes.
Tapos so sir, kung kan lessor po POV about point of view, ini po na lease incentives diri po matitreat as negative.
That's a good question. But I believe so. Yes.
I believe so.
Mag-opposite. Mag-opposite.
Mag-opposite yeah, pero pag
Yes.
Pag side. Sige po, sir. Thank you po.
No problem. Sige. Anyone else have a question? Pero Ivy, know ha, that the lessor does not recognize ROA.
Sir, nakakalan list incentives na po na question.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, let me alter my share screen now to the problem because we're done with this PowerPoint. Ito yung sinagutan natin kanina. Pero since we're already through with that, let us go ahead and let me just check. Hindi ba nagfe-feedback yung audio ko? Because I forgot to adjust something earlier.
No, sir.
Do you not hear me echoing? If
No,
not,
po.
that's good. Okay. That's good news to me. Are you ready to grab yourself some points? Kung nakinig, nasabi ko po lahat ng makikita mo dito. meron pang problem notes. The first 3 people to give me the correct answer takes a point. Tanong, annual rent expense. Take note, this is operating lease. Operating lease, iba ang treatment ng lease bonus. Kasi ang lease bonus sa finance lease, addition sa ROA. Operating lease, wala naman tayong ROA, di ba? Tapos may security deposit. 3 po ang kailangan mo laruing figures dito. Lease payments, lease bonus, tsaka security deposit. Maybe you would like to revise your answers as I will announce to you right now that no one has given me the correct answer yet. That's not the correct one. That's not the correct one. That is also not the correct one. No. Annual rent expense ang tanong. One person got the correct answer. Di ko lang kayo papangalanan ha, pero yung mga nag-e-enter siguro matatiming yung pagsabi ko na mali yung sagot mo. So ito, kung nag-type ka ngayon, mali yung sagot mo. Mali din yung sagot na yan. Mali. Isa pa lang ang nakapagbigay ng tamang sagot. At di ko siya papangalanan, baka ma-share niya yung sagot niya. Charms, Balit, I know you are not copying each other's answers. You are, after all, honest people. There are already 2 people who got the correct answer. Okay, 3 na. Answer? $110,000. The people who got the correct answer are the following. Miss Mutia Cernias, followed by Maria Dana Aliana. Hindi ko pa rin nasa-settle. Dana or Dana? Ayaw kasi ni Dana magsabi kung ano talaga yung gusto niyang name. And then followed by Maria Jean. Okay, Maria Jean. Ikaw na naman, Maria Jean. Sige na nga. Yan. Nakakarami ka na this meeting. Siring ko pa daw. Sabi ni Dominic. Okay. Might you ask, sir, why? Why? Ba't nilaglag mo kami, sir? Bakit ito yung sagot? Kung natatandaan mo pa kanina at binigyan ko pa kayo ng CODIGS, lease bonus is amortized over the lease term. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Ang lease bonus, ito siya na 50,000, kailangan mo yan i-proportionately expense over the lease term of 5 years. Okay? Sir, para saan yung second bullet? Ewan ko. Baka maging useful. Basahin mo lang. Pero ito na. Settled na po yung sagot natin. It's 100,000 plus, open parenthesis, 50,000 over 5, close parenthesis. Meaning, ito yun siya. Pak! Lesson number 1, lease bonus is amortized over the lease term. Operating lease. Baka lumabas sa finals nyo. Next. Ready? This is fun. I am having a blast. Because I know you're learning something new. Next. In this problem, you're also being asked, what is the annual rent expense? You entered a contract of lease. You are the lessee, ha? For 4 years. Pero in the first year, hindi ka siningil ng rent. The second year, may rent na. The third year, bumaba ng konti yung renta mo. And then the fourth year, bumaba pa rin yung renta. Pero dito na nagtatapos ang pagsasaya mo because you are already going to be kicked out from the property because the lease has already ended. In total, you paid 600,000 in rent for the entire lease term. Many of you immediately got the answer because maybe I was a bit too generous in saying you need to read the second bullet earlier. Second bullet earlier, when the lease agreement involves uneven lease payments. The amount of total payments for the entire lease term is proportionately recognized as expense over the lease term. Remember, I emphasized this word earlier because it means a lot than it looks like. And that could be the thin lining of you getting the correct answer here because the correct answer is a simple division of the 600 over the lease term. What does proportionately mean? It means you have to divide this one equally between all the periods. Simple as that. And the first 3 people to give me the correct answer were... Oh, sige. In the next question... Ay, hindi. Kasi yung next question natin is already... Yes, finance list na. Maybe we can have one finance list. Just some sort of a challenge to you. Ano? If you can infer from theory. Kung kaya mong i-apply yung theory na narinig mo kanina, kung na-absorb mo man, into practice. Pero sige po, ibibigay ko na yung mga points ngayon. Dana, Maria Jean, and Christine. Ito din ba sila yung nanalo kanina? Ang lakas ng internet nyo. Kayo palagi nauuna. Pero balit ang gagaling nyo. Sorry, I forgot to mention na hindi na pwede mag-join. At because I did not mention that one, I will credit you for this as well. And since the next topic is a different topic, it's a different type of problem, kasama pa rin kayo, pwede pa rin kayo manalo, Dana, Maria Jean, and Miss Christine. Take note, guys, I am recording everything. All of your participation points will not go to waste because I will be true to my promise and I will credit you for it, for the efforts you make. Okay. Sige. Sorry for those who are bitter right now kasi hindi sila nauuna mag-type although alam nila yung sagot kasi almost all of you got the correct answer. It's my fault. It's not their fault for having fast internet, okay? It's my fault. I forgot. And this time it's going to be my fault again because this problem is a different playing field. And because of that, they are still eligible to win here. Di pa ako naglagay ng highlight kung alin yung papasagutan ko sa inyo. Pero siguro, you can guess already that I was going to highlight this one. Use your time wisely. Answer as quickly as you can. Go ahead. Finance lease yan. In the meantime, I will pause the recording so this will not use up too much on the size of our file. Guys, resume recording. Late ko na na-resume ang recording, pero 12% po. Sorry. 12% at 4 years, 400,000. Yun ang kino-compute natin because the problem does not have option to purchase. It does not have guaranteed residual value. And what is highlighted right now will be the only things you will need to compute requirement number 1. 400,000 for 4 years at 12%. I-present value mo. Annuity because end of each year and you started January 1. Ordinary annuity. Look at my calcu. That is how I computed the answer. And I believe that is the correct answer. Unless you have something to say about it though, I am welcoming your comments. Pero for now, people who got this answer, sige, sasabihin ko na. Correct answer po ang na-compute ko. Pero maybe your answer will differ slightly because I did not round off decimal places. I used the entirety of the computed present value. Pero yun na nga, naunang sumagot ng tama si Christine Rose. I think all the questions I throw today, nakasagot ng tama si Christine. Christine naman. Give chance. Balit. It's your right. Karapatan mong sumagot kasi nauna ka. Kent Renier? Tama ba sagot ni Kent? Tanggapin ko ba yan, Kent?
Sir, I rounded off the present value factor, ordinary factor into 3 decimal places. And
I'm just
kidding
you actually. Masyado namang seryoso si Kent. Tanggap yan. And the next person to answer correctly is Miss Via. Congratulations, the 3 of you. You have credit points for today. Miss Via. Asan na ba? Ayun, okay. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay lang yan, Dominic. Let's try next time. Ang dami nakakuha ng tamang sagot, ha? Sabihin ko lang sa inyo kung sino-sino kayo. Si Maria Jean, tama pa rin yung sagot. Si Mutya, tama yung sagot. Si Dana. Tama ang sagot ni Dana. Ay, yun lang sila. Yung iba, medyo nagkamali kayo sa pagpili ng amount at ng rate. I think that's it. And maybe some of you included the 75,000 and the 25,000 in the present value. Note that these are not future payables. Guys, pag nagpe-present value ka nga ni, panumdumla, ano ang mga baraydan in the future? Because you will never express as present value anything that you paid on the spot. And all the items here are on the spot payments. Okay? Ito sila future payments to. Gusto ko pa sana mag-impart ng more knowledge sa inyo about this one. Pero unfortunately, our time will not permit it. So here are the necessary notes that you should have taken into account na meron tayong implicit rate of 12%, na meron tayong 4 years, at meron tayong 400,000. Saan galing si 250? Ewan ko, hindi ko alam. 400,000. Pero as you can see in my solution down there, 400,000 ang ginamit ko. At ang present value factor for a 4-year 12% annuity is 3.0373. Depending on how many decimal places you used, you will arrive at an amount similar to this one or equal to that if you used 4 decimal places. At yun na po, yun na ang present value natin. Yun na ang least liab natin. Sige. Excluding everyone. Last na to ha. Let me give others a chance. Excluding everyone who won already today, that starts from the very first problem. The very first questions, kahit yung verbal na question, excluded na kayo from this. Answer. This one. Type your answers in chat. Real quick. Now. Excluded na lahat ng nanalo. Sige, sulat, sulat, sulat. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, I have 3 people who gave the correct answer already. Sige po. Those were first, Princess Nicole. Followed by, nagsagot ng tama actually si Via, pero sinabi niya excluded siya. Thank you for being honest, Via. Followed by Zephanie. Nanalo na si Zephanie kanina, no? Zephanie?
Wala pa, sir.
Hindi pa? Sure? Okay. Si Miss Konos. And this is followed by Mary Faye. Yun. Miss Kizol. Rose Venice also answered correctly. Christine also answered correctly, but I mentioned already na first 3 people lang. I'm sorry. We will have a chance on Monday. Because on Monday, I will prioritize those without a single point yet. Okay, yung mga hindi pa nakakapag-recite ni isang beses, I will give you chance. If you are aware yourself that you have already been awarded credit points in recitations before, please refrain from answering for the first few questions next meeting. Bibigyan ko ng chance ang mga hindi pa nakapagre-recite or ang hindi pa nananalo sa recitation. Hindi pa nauuna sa recitation is the proper term, because mostly all of you are already answering correctly. It's just that you are a little bit slower on the internet side maybe. Kaya nahuhuli yung sagot mo. So ito sila Rose Venice, sina Jillian, sina Jurian, sina Princess Nicole, sina Dana, sina Maria Jean, at iba pang mga taong nakapag-recite na ng isang beses, at least one time ha. Unless I say so, you are not allowed to answer next meeting, because let's give chance to your other classmates who are trying their best as well. Pero ha, all of you, next meeting, I will also do an open to all na recitation. Pero again ha, the first few will be dedicated to those na hindi pa nagkakaroon ng chance, because I would like to be fair and I would like to give equal opportunity na lahat magkaroon. Of course, I understand those who would like to excel. Actually, some of you don't need to prove anything anymore. You already excel. I would just like to give all people credits kasi mahirap naman ma-zero to sila, no? It will be a great blow to the numeric grade that you are so obsessed about. Ewan ko, hindi pa kontento yung mga students ko ngayon ng 1.5. If I show you my transcript of record, you will be shocked at the numbers you will see. Ayaw, God, please. Ayaw. Ayoko Tamaki, please. Balit. Let me stop the recording here as we will do our attendance now.